What's up, YouTube? This is Mike from Mass. Channel's Mass Aquariums, and this video is going to be on how I'm treating ick in my tank. Now this video is going to be two tanks, two products, because I made a big rookie mistake and got ick in both my tanks when I could have avoided it. Now the rookie mistake I made was one of my female Bosemani was gasping for air in the top of my 75, and I figured, let's scoop her out, put her in the 30, lots of air stones, very established, and that's her best chance of survival. Now I come downstairs the next day, and not only is she a floater, but I have ick in the 75, and the next day I get ick in my 30. Big mistake. Don't ever do that. If you have a sick fish, try to nurse her back to health in the tank you have or a quarantine tank. Don't switch her from another tank. That being said, if you have multiple tanks, always have multiple nets, multiple siphons. Anything you use in one tank, don't use in the other. Have separate stuff for all your tanks. So, I have ick in my 75 and it sucks. And the reason why I have it is because I always buy my fish at my local fish store or PetSmart, which I will give a thumbs up because all my fish I bought from there are perfectly fine. One day I decide to go venture to this other fish store, local fish store. I'll save you the name. I don't want to ruin their reputation. But the tanks, they did not look good. A lot of fish had ick in the tanks, but they do carry rare fish. So I avoided those tanks, but I didn't ask if all their tanks were filtered by one big filter. I didn't ask if they had separate filters, so on and so forth. So I finally found some fish that I wanted in what seemed to be a nice, clear tank. The fish looked good. There was no fin rot. There was no ick. So what did I do? I bought a couple German blue rams, which I was excited about, threw them in my tank, and boom, I have ick. I strayed away from my local fish store and took a chance, and this is what happened. Ick. Sucks. Let me tell you how I'm going to treat it. This is week 1, and a couple of my Bosemani and a couple of my turquoise, my clown loaches, they had a lot of white spots, which is ick. Now what is ick? When you first see it, it's going to look like your fish were sprinkled with sugar or salt. You want to treat it right away as soon as you see those spots. Now the parasite itself, when you see it, will form on your fish as white spot, or ick is what it's called. Now what happens is it starts eating the flesh of your fish, and fish with bad immune systems, non-healthy fish, will probably die. When that white spot falls off, you don't get rid of ick. It goes to the substrate, it goes to the plants or the driftwood. It bursts open from its cocoon, if you will, and produces 100, 200, 1,000 daughter cells that get into your water column. That's the best chance you have of treating ick, is when it reproduces in your water column. Now how are you going to do that? You spot the ick. You see it on your fish. You want to go get your meds right away. First thing you do, start turning your temperature up to 86 plus degrees. Now if you have tropical fish, it's not going to be a problem. You want to do this slowly over the course of a couple hours. 2 degrees here, 2 degrees there. That's going to shorten the life cycle of ick. What that means is, instead of taking 5 to 7 days to reproduce and get in your water column, it's going to do it in 24 to 48 hours. Now I've heard that bumping your temp up to 89 plus will completely kill it, but it might cook your fish, so I wanted to steer clear from that. Now also a lot of solutions is aquarium salt. Aquarium salt and bumping the temp up. No medications needed. I can't use aquarium salt because I have plants. Aquarium salt will melt your plants. It will disrupt the cellular structure and start degrading your plants. If you love plants, don't use aquarium salt. Also, any type of ick cure that has methylene blue or malachite green in it will stain your acrylics. It'll stain all the sides of your tank. It'll stain your driftwood, and if you don't want that, then don't use that. So what I did was I have 2 tanks with ick. I used 2 products that do not contain any of those dyes, and 1 week later my fish look great. The ick is gone with all my fish with the exception of the clown loaches, which are scaleless, which I've heard takes a little bit longer, and they're very susceptible to ick because they don't have scales. Now, what I've used in the 75: Ruby Reef, no copper, kick ick. Now this is my first week on it. All my rainbows, all my angels, which had it, the white spot is completely gone, and the only thing left in my tank that has ick is the clown loaches. So I'm going to continue to dose this. This is a 12-day dose, and I'm going to dose it for about 30 days, because what you want to do is when you see the last white spot on your fish, you want to continually dose for 4 to 7 days after that, just to be safe. And this stuff is good for corals, it's good for salt water, and it's good for plants, and it's good for scaleless fish like loaches, which I have. So it's not going to harm those fish. Also, aquarium salt, it produces, well, it doesn't produce anything. It promotes gill function in your fish. So I can't use aquarium salt, so what I do is I dose Easy Life Vogel. It's an immune booster. It's going to do the same thing as aquarium salt, and I use the recommended dosage. They have 2 dosages here, one for a weekly dose, one for if your fish catch a parasite. I'm doing the one that when my fish have a parasite. Now all the fish are doing great. As you can see, the plants did not suffer from my dosage of the Ruby Reef. I have no white spot on any of my fish besides my clown loaches. So I'm going to continually dose for another week, and that will work. Raise your temp up, dose whatever you need to dose that the label says that won't kill your plants. Now if you don't have a planted aquarium, you can use other products, but if you don't want to stain your tank, avoid products that have malachite green or methylene blue. It will get rid of the ick, but you're going to stain your acrylics, you're going to stain your wood. Now for my 30, can't believe I got ick in 2 tanks, but it happened. I tried this product for 1 week. Cordon's Ick Attack 100% natural, because my 30 also is very highly planted. So I figured, let's try 2 products, 2 tanks, see what works best, we'll go with that product. Now, unfortunately, one of my German blues died because of ick. It might have not been healthy. I'm doing all my water changes, all my testing is right, everything is established, beneficial bacteria, clear water, water changes like crazy, plants, the works. Never had any problem until I went to this store. Now, the Cordon Ick Attack. You want to dose 5 mLs per every 10 gallons. This is a 30. I'm dosing 15 mLs. Now this product's all natural, so you can dose 200, 300%, which I'm doing. I'm doing 200%. I'm doing the dosage in the morning, the dosage at night. The only fish that have got ick in my 30 are my rummy nose tetras, with the exception of one German blue ram. He died, rest in peace. But the white spot is gone on all the fish. I'm going to continue to dose the tank, continue to do water changes, and continue to keep the temp at 86 plus for probably 3 weeks, because I do not want to deal with this again. Now, I would say thumbs up for both products. Cordon's Ick Attack, Ruby Reef Kick Ick, and Easy Life Vogel, which is an immune booster, which will probably do the same as adding aquarium salt. that being said, if you don't have live plants, done a lot of research. Most of my research comes out with raise your temp, add aquarium salt to the recommended tablespoons per gallon. That should get rid of it. I hope you guys get some info on this video. Give me comments if you have any better ideas. Give me comments if you have any questions. I'll certainly answer them. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Anything I can do to help you guys out makes me want to make more videos. So, ick is almost gone. I'm happy with the 2 products I've used, and hopefully this will help you guys out. This is Mike from Mass Aquariums, and I'm out.